Alright, what up, people? Welcome back to whatever the fuck this is. Dragon Ball Super discussion and speculation.
Speculate. Yeah, for 106 and 107.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right, I guess I'll start the ball first. All right, so if you guys heard in the end of our last video, we had talked about basically it looks like Frost is initiating his attack, and since he's an opportunist, basically, it looks like his first target is Master Roshi, which makes sense because Master Roshi is exhausted, and it would make more sense to try to go after him first and then take everybody else out. Now, if you guys have been keeping up with the Dragon Ball community in any type of way, whether on YouTube or on Reddit or Discord or whatever, we think that this episode here will be the catalyst to Goku's transformation later on down the line. Essentially, the thought is that Master Roshi will possibly be our Krillin to help initiate Goku's transformation. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, if you guys haven't watched Dragon Ball Z much, back in the Namek saga, when Goku first transformed for the first time, that was because of Krillin.
Yeah.
So they think that Toei is trying to recreate that essentially, but use Master Roshi. And being that Master Roshi has already used the Mafuba once and it almost killed him. Well, no, he used the Mafuba and then he used his ultimate Kamehameha, which almost killed him. If he tries to do the Mafuba again, it's definitely going to kill him. Which leads into another interesting theory that let me throw out right now is if Master Roshi dies of natural causes, we know that the Dragon Balls on Earth can't bring him back, and we don't know about the Namekian Dragon Balls yet. Like, there's some debate. Some people say that it should be able to bring him back. Some people say it can't.
I mean,
and some people say the Super Dragon Ball. If not, they have to use the Super Dragon Balls.
I mean, technically, is it natural causes?
If he dies of exhaustion, yeah, that'd be natural. That'd be natural causes. But I'm not sure about that either. The ones on Earth, I'll give you that. But the Namekian ones, I don't know. I don't see why they would be limited. And obviously, the Super Dragon Balls wouldn't be alleviated.
But it's only one wish.
Exactly, and obviously, we already know what that wish is going to be used for. So,
free food for life, right? I'm pretty sure that was what Goku would wish for.
Yeah, but the thing is, in Dragon Ball, what is actually considered for life, though?
I mean, fucking Saiyans seem like they don't age at all. Shit.
Yeah. They tend to die rather frequently, so they never take that into account.
And I mean, if Goku and Vegeta are gonna become God for life, bro.
Which leads to another thing. Actually, is it's a video that I'm working on. Is the theory behind why is Beerus keeping from Goku and Vegeta that he was the reason why Frieza actually destroyed Planet Vegeta.
Oh yeah.
And that I think that's going to have something to do with the whole Super Saiyan God thing. I saw somebody's video, I can't think of a dude's name right now, I apologize, who actually made a video on it, and he brought up some very interesting points. And so I'm just going to do my own version of it, which will counter some of his points, but I do agree with some of the stuff he said. So wait for that at a later time. Anyway, it looks like there's a giant battle royal coming up. We may lose Roshi. People are surmising that we're going to lose Vegeta, which is bullshit, but whatever. I don't think we're going to lose Vegeta. And one of the more popular videos currently going around is the fact that Toei has already told us has possibly told us, I should say, the order of how Universe 7 will be eliminated. Now, granted, we've already talked about this months ago, as well as a bunch of other people. And because the picture doesn't have enough clarity, especially when you're seeing more 4K videos on YouTube currently, like I saw a couple of them today. That shit's amazing, by the way. But there's just not enough clarity to go by that. And like I said, that's nothing new. People have been speculating on that since the new intro, since that new intro showed up. So it is what it is. Not to diss anybody. I'm just saying that you have to kind of just disregard the picture because it's just there. There's just not enough there to pull anything out of, except for the fact that Krillin's holding the first Star Ball. Do we know if Ian was holding the second? I don't know. I would say he probably wasn't, but who could say either way?
True.
What are your thoughts though about next episode?
Um,
Excuse me.
Actually, before that, do you notice like all the people on the Universe 7 that have been eliminated so far, or about to? It's all ball. Do they have something against ball people?
I don't know. Well, then Master Roshi would theoretically be next.
Yeah.
But then again, they're all human so far too. So, which I'll talk about that in a minute also. Like, here, I'll do it now if you don't mind. One of the things that I had a problem with in episode 106 is the fact that Tien was underused.
Yeah.
Like, the thing is, like, Krillin had a nice little buzz before the tournament, and then he eliminated the two people he faced, and then he just got dropped.
Mm-hmm.
And that happened way too soon. With Tien, he was underused. It was almost as if Toye was like, we don't know what we're going to do with this guy. Just eliminate him. It was basically like they gave him the Yamcha treatment in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I was going to talk about that.
Yeah, good.
So, like you say, he was massively underused. I think he could have gone about it a lot better, especially how he used his clone. Because I think what he could have done is use a clone as the decoy, or use himself and the clones as the decoy. So when technically one of the clone was shot, it should have just been him, but he could have lessened the damage and pretend to fall and let one of the clones survive and reach the end. That way he could have taken care of the sniper from far away. And even if one of the clones fall down, technically he would still be fine.
Right, the original.
And end up in the same situation where he could just knock the other guys off.
I agree. They could have played that completely different with Tien.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. Or technically, when he's about to fall off, he could have technically have the clone. Because there's like 3 clones. Technically, they could have like chain a fucking link. Good old Naruto days, chain a fucking link of clones and just like pull him up like that.
I suppose they could have. It's possible.
But like that could have just been like so many ways he could have continued to be on the arena. So.
I think they, like I said, dude. I think they eliminated him because they didn't know what to do with him.
Yeah,
and that's sad in a lot of ways that he couldn't. Sorry, it's sad that they couldn't give him the proper uses. I'll talk to you about this after the video. Oh, that's godlike. Anyway, that's so godlike. Anyway, I think what happened was he was just underused. He was just terribly underused, and they didn't know what to do with him, so they just eliminated him.
Yeah,
and that's a shame. And for a lot of people on our second channel, Anime Late Night Podcast 2, shameless plug. If you guys ever check out any of my Yamcha videos, you see I've posed the question to him about what would Yamcha's odds be. And it's funny that a lot of them said the same thing that happened to Tien, that would have happened to Yamcha probably. And that's too bad, because Yamcha had growth. You know what I'm saying? There's stuff that they could have done with him. There's techniques that we haven't seen out of him that could have really that he could have utilized and moved forward. I wasn't expecting Tien to be eliminated until at least number 5, number 6. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't expecting him to get eliminated for a while. Which is a video that we'll do together later on, where we'll talk about what are the elimination order, or what do we think our elimination order is. But I wasn't expecting Tien to get dropped this early. I wasn't expecting anybody to get dropped this early, to be honest.
Yeah.
So that was a shame. It's really they couldn't utilize him, or they didn't know how to, so they just dropped him.
Yeah.
It's too bad.
And that's a shame. Like, they're just pushing all of them to the sideline. So. And do you think maybe it's the fault of the power scaling that's kind of been like going on so far, or what?
Let me try to answer as best I can. For any of you guys who are following the news that's coming out about Dragon Ball FighterZ, which is something that we'll definitely be playing on our gaming channel. If earlier, I'll start reporting on that too. I know I've been saying that for a while, but I'll actually do it this week. Early on, they were talking about not adding Krillin and some of the other humans in because of power scaling. They felt like honestly like they wouldn't be able to compete, so they were thinking about not putting them into the game. but they eventually did because it helps push the lore along.
Yeah.
And the way that they're trying to structure the storyline, you need the humans. I don't care whether you like Krillin or you don't like Krillin, whether you hate Yamcha or you like Yamcha. A lot of people love Yamcha, actually.
Yeah.
Whether you feel like Tien is useless, whether you feel like Master Roshi is useless, whatever the case may be, they help push the story along, and that's why they eventually ended up putting them in. And in Dragon Ball Fighter Dragon Ball Fighter Z, even though it hasn't been announced yet, it's possible we're going to get. The only human that's been actually confirmed is Krillin. We may eventually get Yamcha, Tien, and Master Roshi somewhere down the line, because I think the roster is going to be like 27 deep. But that right there tells you, if that doesn't tell you exactly how humans are looked at in the series, I don't know what does. When the people who are creating the video game, who are fans themselves of the series, look at humans like this, being like, we were thinking about not putting them in because of power scaling, we don't feel like they can compete. There you go. You know what I'm saying? And that's a really sad way of looking at it. You know, but can you fault them? You know, when you see how they're represented in Z, they had a much better representation,
right?
Rather than Super. You know what I'm saying? It's just they're not. They're not built for the long term as it seems. So they have more sentimental value than anything. Power scaling, I think, had a lot to do with it and whatnot, which is one of the big problems with Super already.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. The gap is so large amongst a lot of the fighters that how do you expect them to close it? And how they purposely are trying to wedge the gap between Goku and Vegeta, and then you somehow have to put Gohan in there, but you can't put Gohan above Vegeta because Vegeta trains way too hard, but you can't put Gohan too far from Goku because eventually Gohan has to take his moniker. I mean his mantle. It's what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What are you gonna do? With that being said, though, how do you feel about Frost waging his attack on Universe 7, like as soon as he's doing it, or do you think he should have waited?
I don't know if this part of his and Frieza plan, or is it like his independent motive?
Good point.
If it's Frieza and him, maybe they're planning on doing something pretty soon. I don't know if that's gonna involve Goku, but I don't know. It's weird because, like, I guess if it's just Frost, I guess it's expected of him because he is pretty scummy. Like I say, like, I'm not too sure right now at this point, to be honest. But I have a feeling it might involve Frieza and Frost.
Yeah, it might. I would assume it's a coordinated effort, but then again, you know, Frost is still his own man.
Sure.
At the end of the day, and more importantly, he's an opportunist.
Yeah.
So it's possible that he's going to go ahead up against Universe 7, in my own opinion, to try to weave out the herd a little bit, while taking the least amount of damage possible, while at the same time putting Goku in a situation where Frieza can come in and get his opportunity, which is what it looks like. But the thing is Frieza knows that he can't just outright go against Goku. So, you know what I'm saying? Because obviously they're on the same team. So he needs a different way of going about it. And I think Frost is the catalyst. And whoever else Frieza's out there trying to negotiate with. So...
No, true.
Don't ever take that off the table.
Do you think he's going to try to talk to Universe 4? Or... maybe even Universe 11? Or...
Nah, not Universe 11. I don't think so. I think Universe... So? Nah, Universe 11 has way too much faith in their own fighters. And even though Toppo said it's not about being heroes anymore, it's about survival, which could be a hint that they'd be willing to, you know, take on another ally if it gives their universe a better chance, deal with the devil, so to speak. I feel like Universe 4 would be the best universe to do it, because they're already, you know what I'm saying? They've already muddied the waters on their end.
Right.
So why not? But then again, who knows? There might be a universe that we don't know. It could be Universe 2. It could be any universe, really.
True.
So, there you go on that one.
Yeah. Anything else you want to add to that, my dude?
Yeah, I guess I'll close up. Um, First thing is, like I said, in 106, I just felt like Tien wasn't used properly. He could have been used a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
The sniper and the spotter, I like the concept of their powers, but they didn't target anybody else really.
Right.
Like, they shot Doctor Roto, and we didn't even find out what his special attack was. If anything, he was there as just comic relief, I guess.
Yeah, I just call him Kuma.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't get used for anything, so that's kind of a shame. The fact that Universe 2 had a sniper who was capable of what he was capable of, and yet they didn't do anything with him. Like you didn't have him target any other fighters from any other universes. At least that we were able to see before he went after Universe 7.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a waste. You wasted two characters. You know what I'm saying? Because you have two characters that are codependent on each other, and nothing really came out of it. And in truth, the sniper was really the spotter.
Mm.
The sniper himself just provided the energy. The spotter was the one who did all the work.
Mm-hmm.
If you think about it. So, like I said, that was kind of underused. To be honest with you, that wasn't a Goku and Vegeta type episode.
No,
you didn't need either one of those. You could have let Tien, Piccolo, and Gohan do that.
Right.
And I think I would have rather seen that. I would have rather seen those three guys come up with a strategy on how to take down those two, the sniper and the spotter, and I'd have been okay with that. So that was kind of overkill in some ways.
Yeah.
Another thing is, yet again, we're not getting enough growth amongst the other universes. You're literally seeing the Zen-ohs only focus on this group here, and that was it. You know what I'm saying? It's almost as if they're slowly but surely trying to make the battle arena smaller and smaller and smaller, so they can spotlight just Universe 7.
And to be honest, I'm starting to feel like they're gonna try to like sideswipe the other universe as well. Because right now, like you said, they're only focusing on like a few universe 7, 6, 11, 4, and 2.
Mm-hmm.
And we barely get to see it like any of the other universe.
Universe 3.
Yeah. So like I feel like they're gonna try to be like, oh, the next time we see those universes, they're all gonna be eliminated already, and that's when I'm gonna have a problem with that.
I agree.
Because like, what's the point of introducing all this character if you're not gonna show us what they can do?
That's true. Which is what people are starting to get worried about the two bug creatures from Universe 4, as well as the two Namekians from Universe 6.
Yeah.
They're wondering, are we gonna get an episode with them, or is it gonna be just in passing? Who knows?
Because to be honest, it's starting to look like they're already about to wrap things up.
Yeah, but keep in mind, as we had spoke about last week, well, the other day when I posted it, is that remember, this isn't called the Tournament of Power. This isn't called the Tournament of Power arc. It's called the Universal Survival arc. Sorry about that slur. So, yeah, the tournament's it's assumed that the tournament's only is a small part of a bigger picture. Whether it's really the Zen-ohs or the Grand Priests that are plotting something, whether a piece of Goku Black still exists, whether a portion of Zamatsu still exists, whatever you want to go with that. There's a bunch of great theories out there on it. The tournament's just a small part of it, and that's probably why they're rushing through it. But who could say?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it on my end, my dude. I think.
Yeah.
If not, I'll make another video about it.
Yeah. Same thing for me. But the thing about Goku and Vegeta tossing those giant boulders, I think what they could have done is break the rocks down into smaller pieces. That way they can conserve their stamina energy and just shoot those like tiny rocks like little bullets.
Yeah, I guess they could have done that. But to be honest with you, I think because of the amount of physical training both of them have gone through, I think chunking those rocks were nothing to them, to be honest with you. And I think they chose the bigger boulders because they were slowly but surely trying to block off any exits he had. So it made sense to do it that way. The same way how Gohan picked up that giant boulder and tossed it so Piccolo could fire at it and create that dust, that smoke screen. Same concept. He needed a larger boulder and then just one concentrated beam to get as much dust and debris as he could so they could move safely.
Sure.
I gotta say that Piccolo took a lot of damage in this fight.
Yeah, he lost. Technically, he lost like 3 limbs.
Yeah, he lost 3 arms in this. So, and it was. I don't know if they're trying to build up for something for Piccolo later, but it's very obvious that as he, like when they were hiding, for example, you could see him teaching Gohan how to read an opponent from a distance and strategy and tactics. You really saw that, especially when he picked up the small stone and chucked it, so he could have Gohan understand the direction the guy was coming from. You're seeing the building blocks for Gohan later.
Now, do you think after Roshi it's gonna be Piccolo's?
I'm sorry?
Do you think after Roshi eliminated, do you think it's gonna be Piccolo and that's why gonna trigger Gohan?
No. No. I guess theoretically it would make sense to do it that way. But to be honest with you, before Piccolo gets eliminated, I wouldn't be surprised if you see at least 18 get eliminated before him. Something tells me that 18 would probably go down first. And most people would believe that 17 and 18 might go down. That's possible. Yeah. But from what we've seen from 17, I don't see him messing up like that. You know, like 18's kind of out of practice. 17 isn't.
Yeah, 18 can go down.
Wow. So it's subjective.
Yeah. Alright. Before we get too long, let's wrap things up. Hopefully you guys like our theories. You know, let us know what you think is gonna happen in next episode and beyond that. Especially with it looked like the tournament is starting to kind of wind down, or I guess reaching the climax. So yeah.
Yeah, just keep an eye out for that 1 hour special. Like I said, that happens in October.
Oh yeah, for Dragon Balls and One Piece.
Yeah, and that's when we're supposed to go Goku's transformation.
Yeah, and especially definitely check out Black Clover when it come out.
October when?
3rd.
October 2nd?
3rd.
Oh, October 3rd. So, yeah, look forward to that, guys, because I'm really looking forward to that. Especially if we end up getting our channel back. It'd be dope. We probably won't go on there. So, yeah.
I'm probably going to try to do a live reaction of it. So, yeah.
Nice.
Peace.
Peace.